Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show. I'm Phil. This is the Level 1 Podcast. Today is Thursday, the 8th of June, 2023. Forgive the abrupt beginning. I know usually it's a little bit more of a build-up, but today we got to get going. And the reason we got to get going today is because today is Summer Game Fest 2023. In less than an hour, the presentation will begin, and I'm going to be doing a live react of that per your requests. We have a lot to talk about in a very short period of time today, including updates to the schedule, including some updates to just, kind of housekeeping stuff around here, talking about what might happen over this weekend, depending on how today goes. Many different things to talk about, so let's just jump right in head first, since we have so much to tackle in about 40 minutes or so. So, let's talk. Today is a different kind of day, even though I'm in the midst of multiple big new releases here on DSPGaming, including Street Fighter 6, which has been huge. Everyone's loving it. I'm loving it. You guys are very much enjoying my coverage of it. Diablo 4, which just started. I've done 2 sessions of it. I'm very much enjoying the chill vibe and the great interactions that we're having during the game. And, of course, people are clamoring for the return of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, which I only played once last week, but I'm bringing back this week at some point in some capacity. With all that going on, this week is the week that would have been pseudo E3, meaning that if E3 were actually happening, but it's not because it's canceled probably forever, all the game events would have happened, right? But now we have everyone doing their own digital events within a very confined period of time. And what I find is I am very much in demand for different reasons. A lot of people want me to just focus on all the new games coming out. They just came out, and everyone wants me to get as much content in of each game possible. Some people are upset I haven't played more Street Fighter 6 and tried more characters and tried the World Tour mode. Some people are upset I've been playing so much Street Fighter 6, and they say they want more Diablo, they want more Zelda. And with all of that going on, now I'm being pulled in a different direction to essentially do live reacts to all these digital events that are happening, okay? Essentially, this last week and a half has been crazy gaming overload, which I knew it would be. And as someone like me who, I'm only one person, I don't have a team of people who run a business, and we can all split off and have different responsibilities. For me, this is very challenging, all right? Usually E3 time is a slower time for games, and this year it's the complete and polar opposite, to the point where now I'm having a very hard time just keeping up with everything going on. So, here's the deal. Today, I am going to do a live react to Summer Game Fest, okay? It starts at noon, which means I'm going to get this podcast done in about 30-35 minutes. We'll shut it down. You'll then see the referral to go over to DSP Reacts, my React channel. There, I will do a live react to Summer Games Fest for about 2 hours, as it's going to be at a 2-hour show. And while that's going on, I'm going to be taking notes. Immediately after that, I'll take a brief break and then come back and do the recap reactions segment. And in that case, rather than me live reacting, it's me summarizing everything that happened in the show and giving you my real thoughts about it after they've kind of settled in for a little bit. People seem to like that just as much, if not more, than the live react stuff. So that's my whole first stream. We may have a little bit of extra time after that, and if we do, we might just chill. Or, hey, you get like an hour, maybe we'll play some Street Fighter 6, but I don't think we really have that much time. That's the whole stream. And that's what I mean. That's an entire stream that could have been new game releases, but instead we're doing that. Later tonight, on the late stream, we're playing what you guys overwhelmingly voted for in a big landslide vote. I think it was like over 45% of the people who voted, and there was 1,100 votes during my day off. Street Fighter 6. You're loving the Street Fighter 6 coverage. You want more. So you will get more tonight on the late stream, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. Particularly, you guys really seem to like the session I did the other day when I went back and played Blanca, Lily, and Dalsim a second time. I was learning the characters better, and I got a lot of wins with them because I was improving. So we're going to do more of that later tonight on the late stream. You might say, well, I don't get it. Why aren't you playing another new character? Really, the late streams aren't good enough for a new character. To play a new character, you need to take them into the guide, then combo trials. And that could take upwards of a half an hour before you can even take them online. And doing that takes away from the online play. When I tried playing a character such as Lily or Dalsim on the late stream, sadly, I really felt like we didn't have enough time to play the character because we ran out of time. You're just starting to get the groove of a character. Like, yes, I'm getting a win streak. Oops, I'm out of time. And I don't want to do that. I'd rather give enough time to the character to actually play enough that I feel like it's a good first session. So, that means that tonight will be not random multiplayer, but multiplayer of those 3 characters again, as I hope to improve even more from last time. I mean, I did learn more last time. And for example, I got more feedback. People are like, you're doing good with Dalsim, but you got to start doing the teleport that moves around. You didn't do that. You were only doing the teleport that goes behind for a cross up, but you got to mix it up with the teleport that floats around. A lot of people fall for that, and or it has a good hitbox with that like fierce punch. And they're saying use that more. I'm like, you're right. I should be using that. So I'm listening to feedback. I'm listening to input. I'm trying to improve my game. So tonight, Street Fighter 6 on the late stream. Okay. Tomorrow, it will be more Street Fighter 6 on the main stream, but I will use a new character, and it's either going to be Zangief or Marisa. I don't know who yet. Either character would be interesting. You know, Zangief returning to the franchise as a grappler with a lot of super armor moves. His command throws do tons and tons of damage. So it should be pretty fun to try him out. A lot of people are saying he's very strong in this one. And Marisa, again, another character who has a ton of super armor moves and a unique way to play her, because basically you're going for one hit, like one counter hit. And if you get it, boom, she lands a ginormous punish combo, but it could be hard to land that counter hit. So very exciting tomorrow, whoever I pick, all right? Now, tomorrow night's late stream is either going to be more Diablo or more Zelda. It doesn't really matter, because no matter what I play, I'm going to play the other game on Saturday night. So, I'm thinking about it in my head, and I'm like, should I do more Diablo? Should I do more Zelda? Honestly, I probably want to play more Diablo, only because I just started playing it. We've only done 2 streams of it. I'm like, yeah, let's do some more Diablo maybe. So probably Friday night will be Diablo. Then Saturday, the daytime stream, is my weekly react show, DSP versus the Internet. So again, another stream away from gaming. And this DSP versus the Internet show will be a little different, because I'm actually doing a random video order. Up to now, it's always been first come, first serve for all the channel members over there. This week, it's all randomly selected in a shuffle playlist that YouTube will determine. So it'll be interesting to see how it works this week when everyone's completely getting the equal chance to get their video watched, instead of just rushing first come, first serve like it's been before. Saturday night, I'll probably play Zelda. So we'll bring Zelda back into the mix as the late stream on Saturday night. Now, here's the deal for Sunday. Okay, here's where I'm kind of on the fence and I'm kind of torn. All right. Sunday, I can't do a late stream. I have to do private react videos for my patrons. Okay, I have to take the time out. I need about 2 hours to do it. So that means there's only one stream. Well, guess what's going on Sunday? The Xbox press conference plus the Starfield streaming event, and they all start at 10 a.m. Pacific time. Way early for me. You know me, I start my stream at 10:45. We do a podcast for an hour and a half, and then we do gaming. This shit is way early. Why they're doing it that early, I have no idea. I guess they don't understand gaming culture, even though they're a gaming company. Hey, hello, Microsoft. Guess what? Guess what gamers do? They stay up late all night playing video games that are hot new releases, and then they sleep in. They don't wake up at fucking 10 in the morning to watch your presentation. I'm just being honest here. I know that this is kind of a nitpick, but it's really dumb they're doing it that early. It doesn't make any sense that they're doing it that early. You're going to have a lot of people not tuning in because of it. But anyway, I'm willing to cover the show for you guys. It's going to be about a 2-hour presentation, and then we'll do just like we're doing today, recap reactions, and then if we end early, I'd be willing to jump in and do some Street Fighter multiplayer if we have extra time on that stream. But here's the thing. I'm already not doing gaming this stream because of Summer Game Fest. I'm already not doing gaming Saturday stream because of the React show. Now you're asking me to take away 2 more streams this week from gaming. One for the Microsoft and Starfield event, and one for Private React. I have to do the Private React one. I have to do those. I owe those to people who funded them. You understand? So, quite frankly, I'm wondering, is it really even worth it to do the live React to the Microsoft event? Here's how I'm going to gauge if I do it or not. You ready? I'm going to see how today goes. Judging on how today goes, this React event of Summer Game Fest, that'll judge if I do the event on Sunday. All right? If this goes well, if attendance is high, if there's support, and if there's obvious demand that people want to see me do the live React come this Sunday, then I'll do it. If not, fuck it. I mean it. Fuck it. I don't think that there's honestly added value that much in me doing live reacts to these kind of things. I already told you this last year that when I did these live reacts, they didn't even do that well. People more so enjoyed hearing my thoughts after the fact. Okay? And yeah, it's to the point where, do you want to see new games, which is what I'm known for, or do you want to see me just react to other people's shit? Right? And I like reacting, but I think this is like the worst week for it. It's crazy that we've got Street Fighter, Diablo, and Zelda. 3 humongous high-profile releases that everyone wants to see me play, and I'm taking all this time away from gaming. It's kind of weird, It's just bad timing, in my opinion. This almost never happens where we get a situation where it's all this E3 shit. It's not E3 anymore, but you know what I'm saying. It's like E3 week, but also all this other stuff is going on. You know what I mean? So let's see what you guys think after today. Does the Summer Game Fest React go well? Do you guys like it? Or if this ends up kind of being deflating and not that interesting, then I'm not going to do it on Sunday. Instead, we're going to do a gameplay stream like usual. But let's see what happens, okay? So yeah, Sunday's main stream is up in the air. It may be the live react. It may be gameplay. And then I can't stream Sunday night, but then I'm here 3 more days because this is an extended streaming week where Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of this week, I'll be here in full-time capacity doing full days of gaming. Essentially, what I'm thinking is the daytime streams will be Street Fighter 6, where I either try a new fighter or I really think I should start World Tour Mode this week. Give it a 3-hour stream, jump in, see what it's about, right? And see if it's enjoyable or not. I think it will be. I think it's going to be more chill fun, though. It's not going to be a hyper-focused competitive deal like Street Fighter 6 has been so far. Instead, it's going to be more relaxing, talking with you guys while I'm beating up generic enemies, leveling up, interacting with these Street Fighters in the world, and making my avatar better. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be a fun experience for streaming, but I don't necessarily think it's going to be anywhere similar to what I've done with Street Fighter 6 so far. All right? So that's what I'm thinking. And then the night streams will probably be a mix of Diablo and Zelda. Okay? And that's the streaming week for me. Now, keep in mind, the week after that, if you can believe it, we got the release of Final Fantasy 16. I'm somehow supposed to juggle Street Fighter 6, Diablo 4, Zelda, and Final Fantasy 16. Can I give you a spoiler alert? It's not going to happen. It's not. What's going to end up happening is probably 1 or 2 games are not going to get played. And there's nothing I can do about that. I can't play all games at all times, especially 3 effing RPGs, which I knew would happen. I told you guys that if I ended up playing Zelda and then Diablo, something was going to get lost. I explained that, and a lot of people were like, oh, no, you can do it. People just don't understand, because I think a lot of people didn't understand the daunting task that Street Fighter was going to be, right? So that being said, we'll see what happens, okay? And there's mixed opinions about this. Some people really want Diablo to continue, and some people really want Zelda to continue. It almost seems like 2 separate groups, because Diablo, you know, is an established franchise, got a big fan base, and, you know, I'm excited for it for sure. But at the same time, Zelda also was having some good viewership. We're about, what, 20 hours into Zelda, I want to say? I'm curious how far I am into Zelda. I don't even remember. I want to say we were about 20 hours into the playthrough, maybe even more than that. We were 30 hours into the Zelda playthrough. And we had just beaten 2 major dungeons, if you remember, and we were heading into the Goron town to start working towards the 3rd. And that's the deal. So, you know, I'm interested on that as well, but what can I do? I'm one man. I don't have enough gameplay streams. You know, I have 12 streams a week. And I'm getting pulled away from streaming for these live events, live react events. And it's like, what, you know, damned if you do, damned if you don't. You know what I mean? Like, if I do the live reacts, people will probably enjoy them, some of them. And if I don't do the live reacts, some people will be upset, you know. And some people are upset I'm not playing enough games. Then I'm not playing the games they want. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much going on right now that's very hard for me to really put my finger on what the best choice is. I'm definitely doing the Summer Game Fest react today. But after that, I'm very apprehensive about doing the one on Sunday. I'm just being honest, okay? And by the way, HoboX, what a ridiculous suggestion. He says, oh, just shorten the length of the podcast. Yes, because having 25 extra minutes a day will definitely solve all of our problems right now. Like, if you don't like the podcast, I get it. You don't like the podcast. Please don't make ridiculous suggestions like that. They don't help anything. They're very annoying. Okay, so, that's the deal with this week, okay? That's what's going on. I hope you guys are excited. I'm very excited. It's going to be a crazy busy week with a lot going on. And we have a lot to determine in regards to reacting and stuff like that. Let's see how stuff goes and go from there. But I get the feeling that there's going to be games dropped on the horizon. I don't see how I'm going to be able to juggle everything I'm playing right now and then play Final Fantasy 16 coming up. It's just not going to be feasible. And I hope everyone's ready for that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry that it looks like things will end up getting dropped, but that's just reality. Is Street Fighter 6 is a game that takes a lot of time to play. Why? Because it's tons of characters, tons of time, you know, modes, and everything's time investing. It really is. You wanted to see me come back to Street Fighter in a big way, as I've been doing this last week, which I very much enjoyed, by the way. I'm having a good time with it, but then everything else has to kind of be balanced with that as well. You understand? So I certainly hope that this all makes sense. Now, a few other things to talk about on today's podcast, which is a shorter show. I only got about 15, 20 minutes left. The tips link to support the stream is back to the old one. Everything is fine. Don't worry, because a lot of people last week were like, oh, what happened? Why did the tips link change? Quite frankly, it's no one's business. It was business-related stuff behind the scenes. It has nothing to do with the public information that anyone needs to know. But any issues have been resolved. So we're going back to using the old tips link. If you're going to support the stream via tipping, please use the old link. It's already changed. Like, it's already, the command in the chat is different. The link in the video description is different. Everything's different. Everything's back to the old one, okay? So we did use that temporary change to you know, while things were kind of being worked on, and now things are fixed and everything's good. So let's go back. If you want to know the real reason why, you'll never know, because it's not your business. It's my business because it's my business. Get it? It's my business to know my business, not your business to know my business. All you need to know is the link if you want to support it. So there you go. Thanks to those who did support using the other link for a few days, and now we're back to normal. Fair enough? Okay. Rest in peace to the Iron Sheik. Legendary pro wrestler, passed away yesterday. He's been a crazy funny personality for a while. He was actually into comedy, like stand-up comedy, and he was part of the Howard Stern show for a while. And I actually had a really interesting interaction with him about 9 years ago. Because yes, even 9 years ago, there were obsessed idiots on the internet constantly making fun of me and trying to bring me down. And they actually had contacted and paid the Iron Sheik to say derogatory things about me on the internet. This is one of his running shticks, is that he would insult you on the internet. So he did it, and everyone's like, haha, Phil's going to have a really negative reaction to this. And it shocked those idiots, because I love the Iron Sheik. He was a great wrestler and a great person and a great personality. And I was like, I am honored to be insulted by the Iron Sheik. It's a funny thing to be insulted by the Iron Sheik. And I thanked him, you know, and I said, I love this guy. And he responded very respectfully. He actually said, you're an intelligent person, not like the Pez-dicked Pac-Man. I'm serious. He said that. If you want to see, I posted up a little tribute tweet to him yesterday with the thread underneath of our interaction about 9 years ago. Really nice. Really was a nice guy. And rest in peace to Iron Sheik. He's definitely a one of a kind. You'll never have another pro wrestler like him. That's for sure. Okay? So, pretty cool. And that's that. Give it a look. Geez, what else is going on? There's so much going on. So yesterday was my day off. Do I have too much to talk about in regards to my day off? Not really. It was another more relaxing day at home. I actually have a lot coming up in the next few days off that I have. I'll be very busy, but yesterday was a more relaxing day, but it was very hot here in Washington. It was in the 90s during the day. So we had the air conditioners pumping all day long. And, you know, when I went out to do my errands, it was pretty damn swelteringly hot, which sucked, but what can you do, right? You got to just deal with it. Didn't do too much. I watched Kat play a lot of Diablo 4. You might say, oh, you're spoiling. Dude, Diablo 4 is a game that's mostly gameplay. The story literally doesn't really matter. It's just not a big deal. It's a game that you can watch anyone play, and you're not spoiling anything. There's so many bosses. There's so much in the game. So I'm watching her play it, and I'm actually enjoying watching her play it, because she's got a rogue class, and the rogue plays completely differently from my sorcerer. So it's actually neat to watch her play and see her different abilities and loot and things that I'm never going to be touching in my playthrough. So we did that for a while. We had some food. We actually ordered from a place we'd heard about a million times but never tried, Qdoba. Has anyone out there ever tried Qdoba? We didn't really know what it was. We knew it was Mexican food, but we heard it was more Americanized, so we said, let's give it a shot. So we ordered Qdoba, and we each ordered like a, how do you say, make your own quesadilla. So you pick the ingredients you want in the quesadilla, which was neat, and it was great. It was actually really good. Now, it definitely is more fast foody. It's not authentic. It's not authentic Mexican food. It's Americanized Mexican, but it tasted great. We never had it before. I was like, wow, it actually tastes good. And they give you all these you can pick dipping sauces and stuff to put your quesadilla in. They also do burritos. They also do like bowls. They do all kinds of things. So it was interesting because we never had it before. And trying it out was actually like, wow, this is actually really good. And I'm pleased that it went so well and that it was delicious, because now we have a new place we can order for like lunch sometimes. Was it amazing gourmet food? No, it wasn't. But was it terrible low-end fast food like Taco Bell? Hell no. It was kind of in the middle. And the middle is a good place to be if you're looking for, you know, just lunch. So it was like $20 burritos. Their food was not $20. Like my quesadilla, I want to say was like $12, $13. So was Kat's. And that was, by the way, with the delivery markup, because when you order for delivery, it's actually more expensive. So actually, they're cheaper than that. I don't know why you guys think they're so expensive. So, what's hilarious is Switch209 Gaming says, you think there isn't a story in D4? Didn't say that. The game is like Tears of the Kingdom. It's easy to get distracted doing side quests, but if you stick to the main story, it's very deep and incredibly detailed. To give you some perspective, yesterday Kat was focusing on essentially trying to unlock a new potion. She wanted to have a new potion to heal, and she spent hours doing all this content in a region, trying to clear enough of the region to unlock the potion. By the end of the day, she was this close to doing it and ran out of time. She didn't do a lick of story. You're right, that's how the game is. There's insane amounts of content, but the content is more based on the gameplay loops. It's not really based around the story on the content. Do you see what I'm saying? So, I wouldn't worry too much about it. Okay. So, I'm trying to cover, if you can't notice, I'm trying to cover everything in the absolute fastest I possibly can. All right? So today's main stream here is the Level 1 podcast. When this podcast is done, we're jumping over to DSP Reacts to react to Summer Game Fest. Any contributions you guys lend today would be well appreciated because this is my whole main daytime stream. As if I were doing gameplay, but it's not. I'm doing the react per your requests. So I hope that you would support the stream. Like I said, if I get support, I would consider doing more react stuff in the future. But if it ends up being slow, then I'm probably not doing any more like that. I'm probably going to focus on all the games that are out right now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I would appreciate any kind of support. Please use the old tips link again, which is now, you know, kind of the standard tips link. If you do, if we get any support on this podcast, it carries over to the React channel. So any tips or whatever, that goal will carry over. However, currently we have 0. Absolutely nothing. I've been doing the podcast for over 20 minutes, so we have no contributions. So there you have it. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else that I need to cover before we get into, like, not shout outs, but I guess Q&A, because there's no shout outs to do. Oh, there is one piece of gaming news I want to talk about, all right? It's this simple. I'm going to try to say it as plainly, as clearly, as concisely, and as not to be misconstrued or misunderstood as I possibly can. Twitch TV sucks. People should stop streaming on it. It doesn't care about the people who stream on it. It's a business run by a bunch of people who are out of touch, and it's bad for the gaming community. People need to leave. I don't know why people haven't figured this out yet, because it seems every day people are, like, celebrating being on Twitch, and, oh, I did this. Every day I hear new news about how Twitch has gone downhill, how more things are worse, how they're constantly making choices that are anti-streamer, anti-gamer. I don't get why people are still on there unless they're greedy. It's that simple. But now, even greedy people want to leave, because guess what? Twitch did all these policy changes. Again, they had this policy change where they basically said, oh, now you can't have sponsorships anymore, or if you have a sponsorship, you can only have a tiny little plug on your setup. You can't have it be intrusive to your streaming, because that's counterproductive to us and our advertisers that we're trying to make money on, and all of this. And there was a big uproar in the community because of this. Basically, Twitch just made these changes. They didn't talk to the community about it. They didn't warn them they were coming. They just decided to do big sweeping changes across the board. All right? And the entire streaming community bit back and said, no, what are you doing? Like, at one point, this was supposed to be the platform where gamers mattered and where people could try to make a living doing what they have passion for. And instead, you've changed it in the last few years into this place where anyone just is trying, you know, it's make money by any means necessary. Make sure Twitch makes a big, pretty penny on everything you're doing. You're taking more cuts from things like subscriptions. You're taking more cuts from sponsorships. You're limiting what people can do on stream. Your moderation is completely unclear and untransparent, and you seem to do whatever you want in that regard. It's completely unfair and not equal treatment. And now you're going to try to take away the way that we've been making money with sponsorships. You're out of your mind. And either you're going to change or you're going to become a dinosaur, because guess what? There's tons of competition. There's Kick, there's YouTube, there's all these other formats that people can go to stream on. You're not the only fish in the sea anymore. And you're acting like you are when you're not. It's time to change or basically, you know, go out of business. So collectively, a lot of streamers even said, like Mr. Beast even came out and says, I think I might start streaming on Kick just in protest of these horrible things that Twitch is doing. You know? Good. That's exactly what should happen. Everyone should start leaving Twitch. Because if you haven't noticed, it's been a period of 2-3 years where everything is just seriously just getting worse. They're not improving anything over there. Again, I'm going to say it again. You ready? Just listen to this. The new consoles, which are aiming for 1080p 60 frames per second on every game that you play on them, have been out for almost 3 years. Okay? In the 3 years the new consoles have been out, Twitch has not updated the capacity by which you can stream. They still say you have to stream at 6,500 kilobits per second. Guess what? That's not good enough for 1080p 60 frames. So the site that's supposed to be the primary way to stream gameplay doesn't have enough capacity for you to stream good gameplay. And they don't care. They've done absolutely nothing to improve the site in the last 2 to 3 years. Instead, it's all about how to make money over here, make money over here, make things worse for the streamer, make things worse here. You hear horror stories every fucking day about how people are mistreated. They have no recourse against the mistreatment. It's messed up, the things you're hearing. Why are people still there? People need to stop with this stupid mentality that just because everyone else does it, I need to do it too. Well, everyone else streams on Twitch, so I gotta go over there. No, you don't. It's time to start thinking for yourself. Stop being a fucking cog in a giant machine. Stop following all the other sheep and do things for yourself. Understand that actually building a community on Twitch is not worth your time anymore. I know, because I've been there. I was on Twitch for 4 years. 4.5 years, right? I went there in a full-time capacity in 2017. I did nothing but support that business, support that place. They kicked me out of the partner program and absolutely refused to tell me what I did. Why am I out of the partner program? Well, we did an investigation. You violated our rules. How? Oh, we think that you used harmful speech. Like what? Explain, because I don't know what you're talking about. No one says I use harmful speech besides haters who are idiots and actually take things out of context. But outside of that, no one says that. No one would attend my streams if I was constantly screaming racist, dumb shit. You're out of your mind. I'm one of the least people like that on the planet. I'm trying to put out fun, entertaining streams for an audience that everyone is welcome and included. So what is the hate speech? Oh, we're not legally required to tell you anything. Well, guess what? Then I'm not required to use your fucking business, you unprofessional shitbags. Because that's what you are. Unprofessional shitbags. You only care about yourselves and how much money you fucking make. So fuck you. I'm not going back there ever again. If there ever is a time I need to go back to Twitch, all right? It's going to be very short term until I find another place to go. Like, quite frankly, if I could avoid ever going back to Twitch, I would. I don't see the point in going back to a place that's that unprofessional. And it's, like I said, it's only gotten worse in the over 2 years since I've left. It's just, you hear horror story after horror story after fucking horror story. It's like I got out at the right time. I really did. Thankfully, I have a place here on YouTube right now where I feel better about myself, about the content I can put out. I don't have to walk on eggshells about every little thing I say on my stream that someone could misconstrue it into something it's not and then try to get me banned and shit like that. You know what I mean? It's not like that over here. That's a good thing. Now, there are other platforms as well. I've heard some good things about this Kick and other things. Maybe one day I would consider, you know, looking into that. Right now, I like where I am on YouTube. I do. I like having a home where all the content is kind of focused in one place rather than having to go here to stream and here to see the on-demand. That's what I did for 4.5 years, and it was, quite frankly, that's really what led to the decline of my YouTube channel. So, you know, that being said, I'm not shocked to hear that Twitch is getting worse and worse. Now, the funny part is Twitch makes these changes. Everyone rallies against them. Only because everyone rallies against them, including big content creators, then they change. Oh, we decided to go back on it. Sorry about that. It's a public apology basically saying, sorry, we're off base. The wording is bad and it's too broad. It's like, then why did you do it? Because here's the thing. You can apologize as much as you want, but who made the decision at your company? Now, this is really what should actually happen. All the people who are against these changes, okay, they should basically say, who's in charge? And why are they running Twitch? Because obviously the management is bad. If you've got inconsistent moderation that everyone agrees with is wrong, it doesn't make sense how people get moderated on that site. Some people get treated differently than others, and it's not fair across the board, and therefore you don't even know how to act on that site because people are constantly changing the rules. And one person has to, again, walk on eggshells while another person can get away with everything. How is that fair? Right? They're taking more money from things like sponsorships, partnerships. They're making it more intrusive, more restricted. Did you know? This is absolutely true. This happened overnight. Twitch added in a clause. Listen to this, because a lot of people didn't catch this. into their terms of service. This is not in their partner agreement. They added in a clause into their terms of service that says if you stream on Twitch, you can no longer co-broadcast anywhere else. Did you know that? It's true. It's in the terms of service. They added it, and no one knew because no one was paying attention. Everyone was paying attention to this other thing about sponsorships. No one noticed they slipped that in. So now they're saying stream on Twitch or don't stream at all here at all. You can't stream other places. If you do, we ban you. Yeah, they actually think they're that important. They're not. There's tons of competition. And if people would just say, okay, we see now. We're actually taking a look at this and we're realizing this is bad for gaming. It's a bad place to be. It's a toxic environment with a bunch of really scumbag ways to make money. It completely destroys the hard work and effort of those trying to make legitimate content. It's essentially mistreatment because people get treated differently across the board, and that's not fair. Everyone should be treated fairly and equally, and they're not. In some ways, you can say that that's prejudice. I believe it is. I believe they have prejudice moderation actions over there. Absolutely, I believe that. They've got management that is not in line with the community at large. They're looking at big picture money, 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 and they're never really looking at what's best for business, what's best for gaming. Why the hell would they have a website that's supposed to be gaming streamers that hasn't updated their capacity in 3 years, and you can't even stream at the current quality of game consoles? Because they don't care. Because this is what they care about. They're all idiots. Why would you want to work for that company? Why would you want to stream on that website that is not in line with who you are and the content you're putting out? They don't care about you. Leave. I have to urge every single person, I mean this. I don't care if you're the biggest streamer or the tiniest person. If you are a $1 million business or if you're someone just getting started as a hobby, don't stream on Twitch. I mean it. It's the worst place to be right now. What they need to do, they need to fire the management. All those people who were just in charge and decided to make these new policy changes about the sponsorships and the terms of service with, oh, you can only stream on Twitch, nowhere else, they should be fired immediately. Like, no exception. If you want your company to thrive, those people need to be fired and released to go work somewhere else, a car wash or something, and have people who actually are in line with the industry and understand stuff come in to run the business. You can't have people who are that out of touch with reality running a business like that. You can't. And that business will never improve if those idiotic people are in charge. It's getting, every moment I hear something about Twitch is something negative, and it's worse and worse and worse. You can't run a business like that. They need to be cut the cord and let those people go. They're dragging them down. It's like an anchor dragging you to the bottom of the ocean. Cut the cord. Get out of here. Really. And just enough of this shit. Okay? So, that's all I have to say about that. That's like the hot topic everyone's been talking about in the last 24 hours is how Twitch is going downhill. And with Twitch, I have to say, no shit. They've been going downhill for years. This is not something new. This is not something shocking. This has always been, but people have been pulling, you know, oh, I just want to look through these rose-colored glasses because everyone claims Twitch is the place to be a streamer. It's really not. They have a few things going for them. I feel like they have the best chat, right? They probably have the best chat system because they use IRC. IRC is a legacy chat system, but man, let me tell you, with the emotes and stuff they have over there, they have, you know, the Prime gifted subs and stuff. That's useful stuff. It's a good way to grow a community. It is. But at the same time, these toxic decisions, they're constantly making. It's just, it doesn't make any sense at all. They're out of their minds, right? So, that's my suggestion, but no one has to listen to me because I'm just a nobody on the internet who doesn't know anything, right? Don't see the writing on the wall for what it is. Ignore the writing on the wall. Right? Okay. Anyway. Someone said, how do I tip and send Phil a message? Goods and service or friends and family? I don't even think that's an option. If you're trying to send me through my tips link, I don't think it says that. But you should do good in service. No one should ever be tipping me via friends and family. You're not, you know, that's a thing only supposed to be between like close family members. If you decide to support me on a stream, it absolutely should be a good or service because you're tipping me for a free service I'm providing. It's as if you went to a restaurant and the bartender was really good and you tip them a good amount. Or the wait staff was really good, so you tip them a good amount. That's exactly what you're doing. You're coming to my stream, you enjoy the content I'm putting out, and you're tipping me for good service, essentially. That's what it is. So it should be treated as such, okay? Okay. All right, so I think I covered everything I wanted to cover. In recap, today was Summer Game Fest React in just a few minutes here. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully you guys will support the stream because it's the whole first stream for me. Tonight will be Street Fighter because that's what you voted for. This Sunday is up in the air. It might be me reacting to the Microsoft and Starfield events. It might not. I might just do gameplay. There's good variety coming this week. Please use the original tips link if you're going to tip me this week. That would help a lot. The new one I'm not using anymore. Well, it's still valid, but I'm using the old one again because the problems were cleared up. That's that. Now, I would say I would do shout-outs. Literally, I've got no contributions so far this morning. So, I guess I got like 10 minutes to do Q&A, and then we're going to shut down and move over to DSP Reacts. Does anyone have any questions or anything they want to talk about this morning? Want to tag me in the chat? Yes, it's about 25 minutes till the show starts. I've already got the stream set up. What I'm going to do is shut this stream down in a few minutes. You'll see a pop-up to go over to DSP Reacts. We'll get that show going. Jade earned his 2-year crown. Congrats, Jade, on earning your 2-year rose gold crown here on the channel. Very nice. No, I did not hear TMNT Shredder's Revenge is getting new DLC. New story levels, playable character, Usagi, and more. No release date. That's cool, I guess. I'm probably not going to go back to it. What's my favorite type of ice cream? Anything with chocolate. I like mint chocolate chip. Kagome, it's all good. No need to apologize. What am I looking forward to see at Summer Game Fest? You know, it's hard to say because Summer Game Fest is a huge variety show where so many different companies are coming in. I always would think you're going to see one thing and then you end up seeing a bunch of other things. Like one of the things we know we're going to see is the first combat in Mortal Kombat 1. Good. First actual hand-to-hand gameplay. Hand-to-hand combat gameplay, I should say. That's cool. But I'd rather just ride it out and just watch it. I'm not going to really speculate. You know what's going to end up happening is if you speculate, you're going to be disappointed. You know? I like mangoes. I do like mangoes. What I hate is that mangoes are very annoying to prepare. Like, if you buy from a store, you gotta, like, cut it. First you have to cut the hard rind off. Then you have to, like, spider web it out to get, like, cubes and stuff. It's really annoying. If you could just buy pre-made, you know, pre-cut mango, that's easier. But to actually cut a mango is quite challenging, I feel. A little daunting. And I'm not good at it. It annoys me. Hello, Arkham. How are you? Happy Thursday, Derek. No, there's no plans for a gaming PC right now. No tip has come through, to my knowledge. I've not received any tips or anything to shout out. Derek, this is your first time seeing this shirt? I've had this shirt for ages. Ages. Alright, I guess we'll end the show. Let's end the show, and let's get the Summer Game Fest stream going. I'm going to be joining it in about 10 minutes. I'm going to have it run, and then, you know, I'll join in about 10 minutes. We'll be a few minutes early, and then I'll live react to that, and we'll go over there. Right now, there's 0 contributions to shout out, so there's really nothing to answer. All right, guys? So thank you for a very abridged podcast. I hope that you enjoyed it. I really hope that Summer Game Fest is good this year, considering that's taking away from my gameplay. So thank you for watching, and I certainly hope that you will join me for the Summer Game Fest React. And I'll also see you for Street Fighter tonight, which I'm excited for on the late stream per your votes. All right, guys? All right, thank you very much, and see you soon.